What's good? Ramon Carter here with Gut Check, and today I want to talk to you guys about breaking limitations. That's right, breaking limitations. Let's start with the fact that all limitations, that's right, not some, not most, but all limitations are self-imposed. There's nothing outside of yourself that can limit what you want to do or who you want to become. Let's even look at a Helen Keller who absolutely had physical handicaps, but it didn't allow her to be limited in her future, her influence. It's still with us today. We talk about her long after her passing, and it's an inspiration. So all limitations are self-imposed, but there are 3 ways that you can begin to break these limitations off of your life. The first is going to be self-image. The second is going to be positive thinking, or how to think positively, and also effort. Let's start with the self-image. You've heard me talk time and time again about the self-image, that you're not only created by a divine being, by the God of the universe, but also you are never going to perform higher than the image you have of yourself. Either subconsciously or consciously, your actions are going to always reflect what you feel internally about yourself. A person who thinks that they're not attractive and they won't find a mate, when they go to the party, their actions may have them in the corner or being a wallflower or being real timid. And you'll find that it bears itself out when they leave the party without any companionship. And so your actions are directly linked to what you believe about yourself, and you'll never be able to perform higher than how you believe about yourself. So you have to start to develop a self-image of one who anything is possible. You have to start to develop a self-image in which you see yourself always in the stage of becoming that great thing, that great person, doing those great things that you desire to do. And that's important when you think about it, because you're never, ever, ever going to be able to do more than you think you can do. This is way past just positive thinking or positive self-talk. You have to buy into the fact. You have to believe in the greatness that's inside of you. You have to believe who you are, and you have to believe that you're capable of doing anything that you are created and that you desire to do, which leads us to thinking. You've heard me say time and time again that you have to have a mastermind. And what a mastermind is, as defined by Wallace Wattles, is the ability to believe the truth about yourself, the truth of your desires, the truth of what's on the inside of you, irregardless or in spite of factual circumstances that may surround you. So you may have factual circumstances in your life. You may have a low income. You may be, a person that has some physical abnormalities, but you have to always think and see yourself above those circumstances. But there's another vein to that. Not only do you have to be a mastermind and think contrary to your circumstances, but you also have to control what you play on the screen of your mind. You have to always be focused on who you want to become and what you want to do. Your life will always flow, right, in the direction of your most dominant thoughts or your most dominant thinking. The Bible says it like this: a man is who he thinks or believe he is in his heart. So you have to keep a tight hold on what you project on the screen of your mind. You have to always be focused on the positive. You have to always be focused on what you want to become, not what you are. You have to always focus on where you're going, not where you are. And believe me, what happens is you start to go that way. When you start to focus on goals, when you start to focus on the steps to go to the next level and not focus on the negative things that are in your life, then your life will begin to flow that way, because now that is your most dominant thinking. Your most dominant thinking is telling you that you are everything you want to become, that you're going to the place that you want to be. And so it's not just having a mastermind and thinking contrary to some adverse situations in your life, but it's also controlling what you let play on the screen of your mind. And then finally, it's going to be effort. Everything is going to take effort. There's a price to pay for everything. And the price to pay for breaking limitations is that you're going to have to put the effort in. It sounds simple, but it's not easy. For decades, you've seen yourself one way. For decades, you've thought one way. You may have thought of a lack consciousness. You may have thought negativity. And it's going to take time for you to be able to put the effort in to change these habits, to change your thinking, to change your mindset, to change your self-image. But that effort is necessary. And that effort is going to be directly correlated with the speed in which you begin to change. If you give in little effort, you may not change at all. But if you give top-notch, sustained effort and goal-setting, top-notch, sustained effort and thinking above your situation, top-notch effort and seeing yourself as the you that you desire to become, then you'll start to see those things work, and those self-imposed limitations that you see in your life will begin to break off. It's important with this whole gut check thing because we're talking about living according to your authentic identity. So like I talked about on Friday night, you're not a victim of circumstance. Your circumstances are really lying to you, right? You have to be the master of your mind. You have to be the captain of your ship. You have to be the person who is able to write down and focus on those goals and begin to implement those things so that you can become the person that you seek and that you desire to be. As always, I want to thank you for this time, and I leave you with these 3 thoughts. Think abundance, focus on growth, create, never compete. Thanks, and God bless.